Okay, so today, guys, I'm going to introduce a unit on force. So, what is a force? Does anyone have any ideas what a force is? Okay, so we have energy. Force of energy. You have something to say?
Nah, you said it out.
Any more ideas of what a force is? Or what can a force do? Say something.
Like overcomes like inertia or whatever.
Okay, what is that? What is inertia?
Object resistance.
Okay. So any more ideas of what a force is? Can you guys name any kinds of forces? Gravity. It relates to one, so okay, I'll put inertia. So I heard gravity and inertia. Any other forces?
Electromagnetic force.
Electromagnetic. Now you guys can still shout out some forces while I'm right here. Jedi, Star Wars, yeah. We have gravity. Someone said inertia, which is the ability of an object to resist a change in motion. We have electromagnetic, and we also have Jedi. So, any Star Wars fans?
Is there anyone here who's never seen Star Wars? Oh, yeah. Just stop asking that question.
Hey, I want to show you guys a few pictures, and in these pictures, I want you to identify the forces acting on the objects that I show. So, which forces are acting on this? Gravity. Gravity, put them down. Are there any other forces acting on
Air resistance.
the air resistance? Any more? Okay, so here we have a guy. He's pushing his child in the stroller. So, are there any forces acting on the stroller? Friction. Okay, so we have friction. we the same causes of friction.
Gravity. Is that a chicken?
Probably like 6 all this. Okay, so we have gravity, friction. Any more forces? Anyone think of it? so we have this cartoon character guy. And he's doing the same thing that you guys are doing. He's sitting down in his chair. So are there any forces acting on you guys right now as you guys sit down? Okay, so we have gravity. And what else? Are there any other forces like acting on you right now?
Inertia.
Inertia. How? So gravity and what about when this? What about when this car is there? Are there any forces acting on the car?
Car push you back on the guy.
Okay, so got the car push you back. And gravity. So I guess gravity works for everything, huh?
Unless you're in outer space.
We're on Earth right now, so we just gonna focus on. Okay, so you said the car pushing back, and then gravity, of course. What else? Friction. And so a force is a push or a pull, essentially. So this guy, he's pushing on his car, so he's applying the force to the car. Now, what's force being a push or a pull? You know, if I pull something, that's a force. As I pull this chair, I just applied a force to the chair. So if I were to come up and push the chair, I'm also applying another force as well. Oh, okay, so I'm going to show you guys a brief video. I'm going to show you a video.
I did it!
Did what?
I climbed this mountain!
Huh. Well, I save hundreds on my car insurance with Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Wait, before I get started, have any of you guys ever watched this show before?
Yeah.
Anybody like Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay, so at this point, as he's frozen right now, what forces are acting on him? So we have gravity pushing down, and we use vector arrows to represent force. And the size of the vector arrow corresponds to how big the force is. If you have a small force, then you would throw like a small vector arrow. If the force is large, then the vector arrow would be larger. But in this case, we're just going to keep it like this. So we have the gravity. We have the force of gravity pushing down on it. I'll call it F of G, with the G meaning gravity. So at this point, he has gravity acting on him. Okay, so I'll play it. Oh, yeah, wait. Take this off.
It'll probably kick you out of full screen if you do that. That's okay.
Yeah, that's cool. At this point, so he has gravity acting on him, right?
Not yet, he's floating.
Okay, so there isn't any gravity acting on him. Okay, so well, what's different about this scene and the scene a few seconds ago? What's different? Well, is there anything different?
He's in there.
He's in the air, but he's not falling though. Like,
No,
what's going on?
Air resistance.
Air resistance is keeping him up.
That's a lot of air resistance.
Okay, so let's say I was getting chased by a dog and I just happened to be like on the cliff and I run off the cliff. Do you think I would be in the air like this, or do you think I would fall? I would fall. Okay. So if I would fall, I must have gravity acting on me. That's gonna cause me to fall, right? So okay, I'll draw gravity. Draw force of gravity. I just want to be FG. Okay, so how is he able to stand? What's different between this scene and the last scene? Because in the last scene we said that he had gravity acting on him. In this scene, I mean, gravity's still acting on him. Gravity doesn't change. It's always acting. So what's different? So why how is he still in the air?
Cartoon logic.
Okay, the reason he's still in the air is because it's a cartoon. This can't happen in real life. So the reason he's still staying is because it's fake. It's fake. So yeah, if you were to ever run off of a cliff, in the way that he did, things wouldn't work out well. So don't try it. Oh, my bad, job.
Did it crash? We got a deal. Now we see the effects of gravity acting on it. Okay, so looking at this video, what did before running off of the cliff, what did the ground do? While he was still on the street at this point right here, we said we had gravity acting on him here. So if gravity is acting on you guys right now, and while he was off of the cliff, falling, gravity was acting on him as well. So why aren't you falling right now if gravity's acting on you?
There's a force pushing us up.
Okay, and that force that is pushing us up is called the normal force. The normal force is the force perpendicular to whatever surface we're on. So me, for example, let's say I'm the object. I have gravity pushing down on me. The normal force is perpendicular to the surface that I'm on, which is the floor. Now, what does perpendicular mean? At 90 degrees. So 90 degrees from the floor would push up on me, right? That makes sense. So this is why we don't just come crashing down. We have a normal force pushing up on us. This is what keeps us balanced and keeps us from crashing down.
Yeah, but in this case, he has no normal force acting on him. The reason he's still standing is because, it was just a little joke. It's just a cartoon. This can't happen in real life. So, basically, can't happen in real life. So us as objects, we have a normal force pushing up on us, and we also have gravity pushing down. And these two forces cancel out. So now with that being said, I want to introduce what we call net force. You got a question? Okay. Well, does anyone have any questions before I continue? Okay, well, I'm going to give you guys a handout, and the handout has different situations and different scenarios, kind of like the pictures that I show, and I want you to just draw out the objects and use the arrows like how I use in this case, how I talked about, he had the force of gravity pushing down on him, just using back the arrows. So, I want to give you guys handouts, and for the handouts, I want you guys to draw vector arrows representing the forces acting on each object. Okay, and I'll go through the first two problems with you guys.
It's a shirt. It's in the shirt.
Okay, so for the first problem, we have a basketball in mid-air. So I just want to draw the basketball. Just draw a little circle. So when the basketball is in mid-air, what forces are acting on it? Gravity. Got gravity acting on the basketball. Any other forces? Or is that it? Okay, that's cool. Gravity. So for number 2, we have a person laying down in the bed. So. Yeah, I'm just drawing stick figures. So yeah, Alright, so we got a person laying down. That's 3 artists. Okay, so what forces are acting on this person right now? Force, gravity. Got gravity pushing down. And are there any other forces? Normal force pushing up. So would you say that this is balanced out, or would you say that's in unbalanced? Balanced. Okay, why?
Because they're not doing force.
Okay, yes. So when there's no motion, then the forces are balanced out. So
Yeah, in this case, yeah, the forces are balanced. Yeah, right now you guys aren't moving, so gravity isn't overcoming the normal force that's holding you up. And the normal force that's holding you up isn't overcoming the gravity, which is pushing you down. This is what, keeps you still. So, yeah, I just went through the first two problems with you, and you guys can do number 3, 4, and 5 on your own. I'll give you a few minutes to work on those, and if you guys need any help, let me know.
Are you sure that the Jedi Force wasn't in that?
Yeah, I asked nobody said anything, so I got a question. Just say, the force of a push, because when he punches the bag, it's like his fist is pushing the bag, like the force of the push or pull.
That portion, yeah, it's gonna come right back out. Yours is the opposite reaction. They still have to have that other thing. Yes.
What? Yeah, I heard that.
It's like I have to go fish, and then the air.